Hello, this is the Historical Commission. It's January 9th, 2018. I never thought I'd live this long, actually. 2018, it sounds so far out there. And we're pleased to be here. Things thawed out a little today, so it's a good night. So let's start with first thing on the agenda, minutes for the December meeting. You all got them in the mail. Did anybody have any corrections for Mr. Braniff? Hearing none, okay. Somebody motion to accept the minutes, please?
I'll motion.
All right, second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any comments, additions, deletions?
That's good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Michael. Okay, financial update.
Yes, there weren't any changes, but I just added a column to show percent remaining.
Oh, excellent.
And I thought that might be helpful. And then I just brought a copy with all in case anyone wants to look at it, of the town budget. And I just highlighted any accounts that matter to us. So if you want to look through there, but all of those accounts are on here. And I'll pass this on. Are you interested in looking at?
You guys don't get it.
Do you
we
get
don't
this?
send it around to you in the emails, do we?
I didn't get it.
No. We don't usually bother you.
I only made one copy, but all of the accounts that matter to us.
It's a different story when you're using your own ink.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's not that. It's like 9 pages, so I thought, I don't think everyone's going to want this.
But that's helpful knowing the percent remaining, because obviously.
Yeah, that's the only thing I added, and I still don't have the account in there that the money's first deposited onto, because it will probably always be zero, unless the money's there and hasn't been moved into one of these accounts, then I'll put it on.
All right, we'll check it. We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
But it's not, there's nothing in there right now.
Okay. So there's no change in the
No
financial
change.
update, so we don't really need to do an approval.
No change.
The third item is the town common update. No change there. There's snow all over the town common.
Sure is.
And it's going to keep the sand or stone dust fixed. So we don't need to worry about any washouts or anything till the spring. And I have not heard any more on historical district progress.
Hey, we gotta get onto that woman.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna believe it when I see it at this point.
I know.
So who is it?
We're in the queue, but that's all we know.
Okay. Should one of us try and contact them just so it's someone new? No. No, okay.
Trust me.
Okay, I trust you.
It won't be.
It won't be good.
Who are you talking about?
It's at their, what?
Who are you talking about?
Historical Commission.
Yeah. Historical Commission.
Betsy.
Mass Historical Commission, Betsy
Yeah,
Friedberg.
Betsy, yeah. Yeah, they just,
It just takes as long as it's.
they're going to do it when they get to it. We do know they're one body down, so maybe that's held up a little bit. But
They've been
I don't-
blowing us off for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I have not heard any more. I heard that Webster was going to get a historical commission, or they're trying to. And I didn't get, they had a meeting this morning for the Webster Dudley Historical Society, and I didn't get to that meeting, so I don't know if they've had any progress. But they haven't contacted me about meeting with us yet. So when they get their act together, then we'll invite them in. We do know, before I get to future events, we do know we're going to have a demolition at our next meeting. So you've got that in front of you. And I expect actually there'll be 2 demolitions hearings at the next meeting. Because I know this one's in and there's another one that's been waiting. And I've told the guy to get his paperwork done. So hopefully, shaking your head.
No, I'm not,
61 Airport
I'm
Road.
going through it really quick.
I know where Airport
I'm just
Road is.
wondering-
What building is this? Or what property?
According to this, it's a utility storage building at
They're all numbers.
61 Airport
Airport
Road.
Road, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking 61 Airport Road is not a particularly historical building, and why are we looking at a utility shed?
We look at everything.
Okay,
David,
Any structure,
Any permit
that's what I want
comes
to
to
know.
us.
any structure in the town that they're asking to demolish has to have a public hearing.
Okay.
And that's a surprise to a lot of people. So
It
you
is.
people at home, listen up. If you're going to demo something, make sure you come down and get a permit for it, and we have the public hearing. Because who's going to decide if that structure is or is not of some significance? Somebody's got to do it.
Is there a limit?
A limit?
Yes, as a, say, 8 by 10 Reed's
No.
Ferry shed.
No. It could be a one-holer, and we would want to catch it.
A one-holer I'd want to catch, a Reed's Ferry shed, I'm not
Right.
concerned about.
No, but whatever it is,
We
we
can
do
do that.
want to know about it, and we will put eyes on it. And
Now they
You have no idea how hard it is to keep that thing and everybody on the up and up. 2 years ago, we had a building inspector that was running around here telling us, "Oh, just take it down, you don't need anything."
Now it's on the record.
Oh, it's
It's on
part of
record.
it's the bylaw, so
Again,
it's on the record, and I should start every meeting with those kinds of comments.
there are somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000, give or take, property owners in the town of Dudley. How many of them are absolutely aware of the bylaws?
Right.
Probably 10%. At least 90% are not aware.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more are.
But you never know,
If
we
it
don't-
comes, if it comes down without a hearing, we can hold up a building permit for 5 years.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can put that in their pipe and smoke that and see how they like that.
Is that what they like to smoke?
Yeah. Just watch out for
The Attorney General.
Jeff Sessions, yeah.
We all went to the same place, at the same time. Good. Oh, my. So that's coming up for us for our next meeting, which,
Well, he better hurry up because he's right in the cusp of my good sweet spot.
that's why I asked you if you'd seen anything yet.
No.
I'll check on that in the morning. And what's the date for the next meeting?
The next meeting is
That
February
wasn't the one
13th.
that was changed.
No,
No.
March has changed.
Okay, all right. So that's going to be February 13th.
Yep.
Do we need a certain number of people to be there for that?
Regular quorum.
Like,
Normal quorum. Yeah.
So it's a
And
regular meeting.
if the structure was something that we thought might be questionable,
Then you call.
I'd make sure a few of us got out to the structure in
Yeah.
advance. Otherwise, one or two of us go by and just check to make sure.
Okay.
And
There can be only 3 people from the commission that do the visit.
Mhm.
It can't be a quorum.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You said there was another one coming up?
the other one's going to be on Pierpont Road. It's an old cottage that was just changed hands.
I bet you we don't hear from them. I bet you we don't hear from them.
Well-
That paperwork, you know. all
Yeah,
that paperwork.
I'll check once tomorrow. If the paperwork isn't in, I'll leave them a voice message and say, it's on you. Get it done. The sooner you get it in, the sooner we can schedule it.
You know, we can't be chasing these people around. They
No,
get it in and
not
they
our
go.
job. Okay, any other questions on demo? No? All right. Future events for the town. I don't know if the town's doing anything in the next month anyway. I haven't heard anything. Everybody's quiet. So I don't have anything. Preservation projects. Any ideas? Anybody interested in? Nope, nothing.
We have a,
We're not putting anything in for a Mauser grant this next cycle, are we?
I'm going the other way.
Pardon?
I'm going the other way.
Okay,
I'll
go ahead.
explain later.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking
You're
about.
giving money to the
No,
Mausers?
we were talking about doing a craft demonstration at the
Yes.
Mhm.
But
first
that's-
Saturday in the Saturday of Columbus Day weekend.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to happen. I've got 5 people interested, including myself.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going through the Black Town
Yeah.
for personal reasons. I think that's the better way to go. So I'll bring that up at the next Black Tavern board meeting.
And that's the first Saturday, October?
October, yeah, 6th,
Okay.
I believe it is. I have two people who are concerned because
That's not,
that's the day of
That
the
is the
craft
day of the
fair, that's
craft
the
fair,
day of the
okay.
apple festival.
Okay.
yeah, all
And I
right.
have, counting myself, 5 people interested, a blacksmith, a tinsmith, a cooper, myself,
Yeah,
a spinner, and a potter.
excellent.
Oh, wow.
And they all expressed enough interest that I'm gonna go for the grant.
All right, good to hear.
I'm gonna try to
Your
talk to
ven- your vendors are gonna be singing the blues if these people take up any space that they feel should be for vendors, David, you know?
My thought was,
No, they do it on the common.
my thought
and
was
there's
starting
plenty
at
of
the
room
door
on
of
the
the
common.
church and working across the common with the Civil War monument to my back.
Yeah,
That's the space I'm contemplating. That way I can
Okay.
put 5 pretty good sized spaces in there. If I can talk the other 2 people into coming in before I start writing the grant, I will
yeah,
write for 7, otherwise I'll write for 5.
yeah, good.
I've also talked to Tom Smith, and if we get money for somebody who doesn't show, I know what to do with the money also. So
All right,
I'm feeling pretty comfortable about this.
good. Gee, we're thinking fall already.
I know.
Come on.
You have to.
I gotta think spring here.
You gotta keep it. Right. Preservation.
I don't wanna think of that with being in this winter, I don't wanna think of another fall. or-
No, I know, no, okay.
It comes fast.
Other business not known at the time of posting, I don't know of it still, so there isn't any. Member concerns? All quiet on the east
Not
and west?
concerns, but a thought.
Okay.
Or a thought that becomes a question. There have been, in the last 20 years or so, in the general area, I'm not talking about Dudley specifically, but in the general area around here, at least 5 barns that are now in their cellar holes. And the process starts with a small hole in the roof and no follow-up maintenance, which leads to, actually, there was one at the corner of Tracy Road and Dudley that went down for that reason. There have been a number in Thompson and around.
Yep.
I was walking by the old railroad depot in Webster on Perryville Road this morning, and it has at least 2 major holes in the roofs and a blowout in the wall.
Mhm.
My thought in general was, if such a situation were to come up and we were aware of it, my general understanding through years of dealing with this stuff through Sturbridge Village is that the usual problem is that the elderly people who own the property are living on Social Security and can't afford to repair the roof. Is there any way the Historical Commission, assuming the structure was of some historical value, could assist in that type of thing? Right now I'm thinking Marcia Stockley's old barn, which had a hole in the roof and definitely needs help. I mean, it's a tough thing because we're talking,
Right,
funding, we could talking, 5 figures.
We have no way to use municipal funds for private property. I mean, those are separated. That would just never be a go. I've always wondered, I've gone by things and said, who owns it? Can we send them a letter? Can we ask them to do something about it? And the Stockley property was very much that problem. And it's nice to see that something was done
Mhm.
and the family was able to do it. And in other places, there's nobody there, or there's nobody responding, or they just say, we can't deal with it. We're not going to deal with it. And we can't make the determination this one's more important than that one, or that we can save it. We can't even do that for a town-owned property, so let's face it, we're not going to do it for private property.
No.
But I think we could be out there looking and try to get in touch with whoever owns it when we see these things and say, we'd like to bring it to your attention, we're very concerned, we think there's value still in it. But we've sat on buildings we've held for a year from demo, and they can just let it rot right in front of our
I
eyes.
know they can let it rot. there are times when that's a desirable thing for the person who owns it. I'm not going there, but that's a fact. But there are other times when the simple problem is a lack of resources.
Yeah.
And you can't make somebody spend money they don't have. I'm
That's
wondering,
that's not even a day, you can't make anybody spend money that they may necessarily
well,
be rolling in dough and don't care.
That's
my,
the other
my,
one.
my thought was more in terms of using the Dudley Historical Commission as a facilitator to get people with distressed properties and potential sources of money or volunteers to repair properties
Right.
together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not us looking for municipal money to repair properties.
Well, we could be supportive
We could also be,
and,
you know, if we were aware of
yeah,
sources of funding for this type of repair, or something as simple as Habitat for Humanity.
Mhm.
Maybe we could, as a board, become a facilitator. of
I
this
don't know
type
if,
of-
you know, if Habitat actually deals with just structures that aren't going to be housing, that's the other. But there are other groups, service groups out there that might say, hey, we get involved, you know, in a particular, if we think the property has great importance for sure.
Well, all I'm thinking is we could be facilitators,
Yeah.
bringing the people who need the help, people who could provide help together.
Could
Instead
we-
of having a bunch of people sitting there going, we can't afford it, it's going in the cellar hole.
Right?
Yeah. Could we do like a fundraiser of some kind? Is there anything like that
It-
we could do? I mean, if there was like a particular property that we felt was significant and wanted to help out with, it seems like we could come up with some.
I mean, I'm just tired of seeing properties
Some
go
sort
into
of
cellar holes
fundraising.
because
Then-
of neglect of maintenance.
Then you run into a problem about why are you doing this for
Or this property and not
guy,
this
and-
guy, yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
if we're just facilitators.
We could do, well, we could have people put in like applications and choose one. And say, well, you know, everyone who applied, we chose this one, and I'm just saying, you know, if people need help with it, or something along those lines.
I mean, it's just something to think about
Yeah.
when the weather gets warm again.
Yeah, and barns are really easy ones to miss because you're just looking at the sides, you're not looking at the tops usually, unless you go behind and suddenly say, oh my, this is
looking
rotting
at
out
roofs,
from
but
there. Yeah.
Usually it's a roof hole, and then 20 to 25 years later, it's all
gone.
down.
You know,
Rot
David,
is insidious.
Black Carbon poured a duffel bag full of money into rehabbing that barn.
We did.
A duffel bag full of money, and I have no reason to suppose any of these other barns in distress are gonna be any cheaper.
You know, I mean, there were special issues
You know, you,
that we didn't know about until we opened it.
Yeah.
the day of the bond raising is mostly over, you know.
Oh,
You
yes.
gotta get
Well,
specialized
I'm-
people to come do this now.
I'm just thinking if we catch them in a time that where, you know, a couple squares of shingles and a piece of plywood does the job.
Right, but I'm not going out.
No. Like I said, I'm not thinking
Right.
of paying for it either. I'm thinking,
But
If they
yeah,
could come up
a
with
patch
resources.
sometimes could hold it off long enough till someone comes along that's got a deeper
real well.
pocket. That would be great.
you know.
And the other thing I was thinking in that same vein, where we notice things, is I'd like us to do the same thing for people that are keeping up their properties. You know, the Zajac stuff on the Carter House right now is a tremendous project,
Mhm.
personally covered by the owners. And I think, you know, we should send them a nice attaboy letter
Oh,
saying,
absolutely.
boy, we love what you're doing. And, you know, keeping up this one of the most historic spots in the town. Can't get much better than that. And,
Send them a letter and
yeah, so maybe I'll draft it for the next meeting. Or if somebody wants to draft something, send it to me.
Okay.
We'll get one together for the next meeting and send it off to them. But the Zajac family has really stepped up for this property, and it's pretty prominent. People now call me and talk about it. They'll say,
Mhm.
"Oh, you know that place?" And I go, "Yes, I know that place exactly."
Yeah.
But, so again, if you see something bad, let's hear about it. If you see something good, let's hear about it, you know, and then, and get the word out there.
You know, the Priest Williams house, David, we beat our heads against a wall we begged those people to do something with that place.
And we even found people to take away stuff and pay for it. They didn't want any part of that. And the property owner can do that.
Yes, they can, and there's
So-
nothing you can do about it.
Then we
But
move on to
sometimes-
something else, somebody with more interest.
Sometimes they're willing to go with it, and those are your wins. You win
A
some,
lot
you
of
lose
money
some.
went down a rat hole.
The people that lived there were swine. They let that place deteriorate. The banks didn't care. They left it just like it was, loaded with filth and old canned goods and you name it, it was there. They couldn't be bothered to make an effort to sell it. They just let it go. Nobody cared.
I can tell you about a barn on Ravine Road in New Braintree that I went into to copy so that we could reproduce it at Old Sturbridge Village. The first time they went into it, they noticed a hole in the roof. This was maybe 25, 30 years before. They asked the people told them that the barn was already sold. It wasn't.
Oh,
It's that. We finally got permission to go in because we wanted to copy a piece of it, the original 3 bays. We put the barn up in September. The original barn was in the cellar all that January.
wow.
And the reason was the people didn't have the wherewithal and were too proud.
We got a mover to get down and look at the Priest Williams house. The roof was sound, the structure was sound. The guy said, I've been doing this for almost 40 years, and I've never seen a structure in the barn like this in all my life. He said, I've never seen anything like this. It's completely unique. It's all gone.
And you can't force it, I know
Nope,
that.
can't.
Like I said, you can always try.
All right, any good news? Anything happening that we need to hear?
It's getting warmer.
There you go. That's enough. All right, we're done with the agenda for the evening.
Adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.